Hi Pisces. This is your November 2023 general reading. The messages may not resonate with everyone because it is a general reading. So I suggest you check back to your moon and rising sign. Or you can choose to get a personal reading from me. All you have to do is go to the About box section of my channel. There I have listed the number of questions, the number of minutes, and the pricing. So if you want a reading, you contact me at that email address. I can never do that, stroke or not. Contact me at that email address saying, "Hey Tara, I want to get a 60-minute reading," and I will respond back to you right away. I don't like to make people wait, and my turnaround time is between 48 and 72 hours. And that's all I have to say about that. Oh, no, I don't. If you contact me, make sure that my email address is in your contacts, or check your spam folder, because my messages always go to spam and I don't know why. Okay, let me turn the camera around so we can get started with the reading. It's 41 degrees in here right now. I mean outside. And just yesterday it was 88 degrees. That's a 40, 37, 38 degree temperature drop. And I just had my central air and heating unit replaced. Don't ask. But I just turned the heat on and it's not blowing. How about that? So the guy is going to come over today to fix it. Okay. Because it's cold at all get out in here. I had my windows open last night because I just wanted some fresh air. We have been with our air conditioners on down here since April, early May, and that's quite a long time to be breathing canned air. And so I wanted to freshen up the air a little bit. It helps us breathe better. But just last night, this cold front blew in from the north, and it's really cold outside. We say it's really cold, like when it drops below 50 degrees, we got on boots and socks and gloves and hats and jackets. So it's acclimation. We're used to it being really hot down here all the time. Okay, I'm going to try and shuffle these cards a bit more. I was outside, so my hands are cold. And I'm going to try to put another rifle on them. It's getting better, good, you guys. Now, if only my speech would pick up. But it takes time. Alright, let's cut the cards and see what we have, quite possibly, for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising for November. We have the Hangman. Well, I want to say crap because the month starts out like that. The Tower. The Four of Swords. Next row, the 9 of Cups. That's an odd card. The 9 of Wands. And the 10 of, the 9 of Swords. That's 3 nines across the center. Last row, the 3 of Wands. The 7 of Pentacles. And the 4 of Wands. That's an odd reading. That's very strange. What is the overall energy for the month of November? The Strength card. Well, I would say that you need to be strong this month. I would say that. It looks like it's 2 situations at the same time. Let me give you what I have. 2 major arcanas, 2 swords, 3 wands, a pentacle, and a cup. The cards are read past, present, future, past, present, future, interplay of the cards. And I say it looks like 2 situations at once. They are somehow connected, but right at the top we have the hangman. It represents Pisces and the planet Neptune. So I'm not sure if things are somewhat confusing for you right now, or you are in a state in which you don't know what to believe, because the hangman is hanging upside down so that he puts a pause on what is going on, and he suspends his belief for the time being. He is hanging upside down on this particular cross. But the thing is, nobody put him up there. He hung himself up there. He's doing that so he can get a higher perspective, or a better perspective, or a newer perspective, or what's the word that I'm looking for? Higher, different, new, a better perspective. Now, because he has a corona around his head, I'm picking up that it's mostly confusion. He doesn't know what to believe. You don't know what to believe. So you are kind of waiting it out. This is followed by the Tower card. Now, this is one of 3 most feared cards in the tarot deck. The other 2 being the Devil and Death. This card represents the planet Uranus. So the main thing I can tell you about it is to expect the unexpected. Uranus is a planet of shock, rebellion, surprise. But the other thing about this card, this is the only man-made structure in the tarot. And it represents those things that we have built up in our minds that we believe are safe and secure. A relationship, a job, your car being dependable, just something. And this says that nothing is static in the universe. Nothing stays the same. So you could find yourself all of a sudden with your car breaking down, or you can lose your job, or your relationship can break up. So those are the kind of things that the Tower speaks about. But in addition, it also talks about our belief systems. So something that we believe in may suddenly change through some event unexpectedly. Let's come back to this card in a minute. Before I do, I have to say the one good thing about this card and its energy is that once the Tower has crumbled, you feel as though you've been knocked off your feet. You may all of a sudden get an aha moment, a eureka moment, an epiphany, because you can say to yourself, aha, that's what that means. But once it has come crumbling down, you have the opportunity to rebuild on open ground again. Sometimes even this card, I've seen it show up when people have leaks in their basement. Now we come to the Four of Swords. It is a swords card. I have two of them. Swords represent thoughts, beliefs, perceptions, ideas, and communication. And the Four of Swords lets me know that before it was a 4, it was a 3. The 3 swords on the wall. So this could be that you had your feelings hurt. It was an attack on your feeling center. Somebody hurt your heart. Somebody said mean things about you, or you thought mean things about them. Gossip. And just plain general nastiness. But it also means that there has been some kind of dispute or argument, or a lot of mental energy focused on negative things. So the card counsels you to take a step back and rest your body. It can even mean taking to your bed because you just don't feel good, but it's caused by thoughts. You can see this card, there is an effigy, so that's not even a real person. I call this one the ghosting card, where you have to ghost somebody. You just disappear from the scene. Not speaking, not talking, nobody even sees you. But you have the one sword there, ready to pick up and battle if you have to, and communicate. The Nine of Cups just says that your wishes are going to come true. That's it. Just in the earlier reading, I was saying I have a very love-hate relationship with this card because it doesn't give me any information. But in the center, I have the Nine of Wands. And nines are a focus on a moment of completion before you move ahead. And in this instance, it appears that something happened quite rapidly, because before it was a 9, it was an 8. So something happened out of the blue, and you felt like you had to fight. In fact, you are resting, taking a break, because you might feel injured. You might feel tired, but it's a Wands card, and Wands represent your determination, your focus, your fire, your passion. So it says that you have enough gumption to get back in the fight should you need to. And then we come to the Nine of Swords. All nines are focused on the completion of events. So the Nine of Swords, it represents nightmares, insomnia, sleep problems, worry, anxiety, fears. Supposedly, this is a female who, in the story goes, that she doesn't have anybody to help take care of her, like her son. There is a battle scene down there, so it could be someone got killed and she doesn't have anybody to take care of her, so she has nightmares about it. What's she gonna do? She's all alone. That's the story behind the card. But this card can also mean a guilty conscience. Like I said, maybe you talked bad about somebody, or somebody talked bad about you, and you're having nightmares about it. The thing about the Nine of Swords, it reminds me of a ladder. So you are all in your head, and it's one of the most difficult energies to come out of. And so you have to find a way to climb out of your head. The Three of Wands is you have made a decision about something, to move forward with something. So this card can represent I lost my train of thought. This can represent moving ahead with a project or something that you are very passionate about or that you are determined to complete. He is standing on a bluff with his back to me. So in the card, he is standing on a bluff with all his ships out in the water. We don't know if he is just sending his ships out to sea or if he is waiting for them to arrive in port. But either way, he is missing information about whether the trip is successful. Does he have to wait to find out if they're successful? Were they attacked by pirates and his boats were robbed, or what? He doesn't know. So in this case, I feel that the Three of Wands has a message. There is a message coming in about whatever this is. Sometimes it can do with business ventures, but it is a 3 card, and it says that perhaps more than 3 people are involved, or that there will be postponements and delays before future successes are realized. The 7 of Coins. Again, a pause and reflect moment. 9s and 3s, 9s and 7s are pause and reflect. But this one is a situation where you are doubting yourself. You have this bush waiting for the harvest to come in. So you have this bush that you be tending, and you have a 7th pentacle at your feet. So that can mean either something is coming in of financial nature, or that you will have to do something. But the question is, do you have enough time to tend to a 7th thing? Sometimes this card relates to where you've been working really hard and you haven't seen any reward yet. That's why they say waiting for the harvest to come in. This card counsels patience, even if things are slow or delayed. And with the 4 of Wands, it is a card that implies a stable foundation. You know, something may have happened up there unexpectedly, but you are okay. So this card says you should celebrate any successes, stability, hard work. It can also be a celebration where a relationship may turn into more of a commitment or a deeper commitment. But it says that you should really just kind of celebrate things that you've done and successes. But like the 3 and a 4, it is a stable thing, but more work needs to be done. Overall, we have the Strength card. It is an 8. It is a karmic number, and sometimes it interprets as money or obstacles, hassles, and delays. So the card says, I keep feeling something is going around and around in your head. The Ouroboros, or the Lamanatscape. That's much easier for me to say. And you are perhaps a little fearful, but it's all in your mind, and the card counsels you to approach or attack your problems with gentleness. You don't have to fight with people. You don't have to argue with people. And you don't have to keep going around and around in your head. You just have to make a decision and then attack it. Like she is approaching the lion and she's opening her mouth. Its mouth. Now, it was not lost on me that the 6 of Swords was underneath here, but we're going to take a look with Sibila cards to see if that is true. And if it is, we will take it into consideration. Now, the one thing I don't have in this card are any court cards. And one major arcana card holds more sway than all the numbered pip cards. So whatever this is for you, I think it's going to require that you have some strength and faith. That's the other thing. And maybe this started happening back in August. It's the 8th month. Now, the first thing I want to give you are the 3 9s, because it's right across the center. Three 9s imply good luck and or a surprise windfall. See, the Tower is not always a bad card. When I said something happens out of the blue, it could be that you've been waiting on news or information, and it comes like you get a big windfall or a surprise, so much so that you have to go to bed. I know if I won like the lotto, they are lately breaking records, but if I won like $50 billion, I have to lay down. Really, I wouldn't believe it. So this 9 of Cups may have some value yet. This card says to me that you've been working very hard, fighting very hard, or something like that. And you were worried. You are worrying about everything. So let's look at the cards as they relate to these 2 major arcana, and if they say anything. The 4 of Swords. It just says nothing. next to those two cards, but it implies that you have previously been involved in a complicated situation involving many people. I said perhaps 3. You may feel the need for solitude and for a chance to meditate to be at peace. During this time of solitude, you will feel truly at peace and may find spiritual enrichment through reading and meditation. However, you should not become isolated. It is time to heal from the wounds of battle of the past. It indicates that there is light at the end of the tunnel. There are inevitable changes to come, but use these changes as a foundation stone for future plans. The shadow over your life is slowly moving away, although you have to wait until the time is right for your desires and dreams to come to fruition. It's a waiting game. The 9 of Cups never, as I said, never tells me anything. I will look just to be sure, because sometimes it pops up and it tells me something. No, it doesn't tell me anything, except that 3 9s imply good luck and or a surprise windfall. Now, the 9 of Wands, it tells me nothing. But when confronted with a crisis, we are often able to access special strength. It is a kind of strength that we did not know we possessed until we actually needed it. Such reserves of energy can come in useful, not only physically, but mentally and emotionally. When we are at the end of our mental, physical, and emotional ropes, the fighting spirit of the 9 of Wands becomes invaluable. Also, it can be indicating that your life seems to be at a standstill. You are asked to hold on to your beliefs, stand firm, and know what needs to be done, and then do it. You have the strength, knowledge, and ability to see it through to fruition. Perseverance and persistence is a key. 9 of Swords. Tells me nothing. 3 of Wands. I can't count. With the Strength card, it is a message of encouragement, as eventually you will benefit from all of your past efforts. Keep going, as you will reap better than expected rewards. I don't know necessarily about that, but it's possible. 7 of Coins. I'm so glad I wrote this book, you guys, because sometimes I'm having a hard time remembering everything. Now, this is where the 6 of Pentacles, no, I was about to tell you something wrong. The 9 of Cups. When a 7 of Pentacles appears, it is a good indication that now is a good time to make important decisions and make good, solid investments. Positive action taken at this time will lead to fruition of your goals and just rewards for your efforts. I'm thinking that this is going to turn out okay for you. Now, look, this can't be true for everybody. That requires a personal reading, but just the general energy of the reading has positive vibrations. The Four of Wands. Tells me nothing, except it indicates a job well done and says that you have learned with wisdom. I think you are waiting on something and you have suspended your beliefs, which is a good thing. There is one meaning I want to give to you about the Hangman. It is a time of a trial and meditation, selflessness, sacrifice, and or prophecy. Answers that may have eluded you become clear, and solutions to problems are found. Sometimes it reminds us that the best approach is not always the most obvious. When we most want to force our will on someone, that is when we should release. When we most want to have our way, that is when we should sacrifice. And when we most want to act, this is when we should wait. The irony is that by making these contradictory moves, we find what we are looking for. Let's take a look at the Nine of Swords. What are you so worried about and so fearful of that you are all in your head? Well, and the card that fell out. This is the Allegrezza a Cuore, happiness of the heart. This deck makes it plain that there are two types of happiness, one with friends and family, and one of the heart, or personal happiness. The second card that comes out is the Limoneo, the card of marriage and contracts. And the last card is the Doctore. Now, it could have the same indication as the Four of Swords. You can see that it's someone who's caring for the sick person. But if it's a male, then the Doctore represents someone with a degree. He doesn't have to be a medical doctor, but if he is a medical doctor, he is not a specialist. He is a general practitioner. But he can be an accountant that is there to help you when you fell down from winning all the money. He can be anybody with a degree. And his role is to help. So, I don't know why you are fearful of that. And the personal happiness can mean that you are sharing in good times and positive events. Along with the Limoneo, this is contracts, be they business or marriage. Any kind of proposal. Right? That covers all areas. And so I'm going to pull a Nostradamus card for you. And this will conclude the reading. The month starts off, looks like it's kind of rough, but I don't have a bad feeling about this reading. It just says, you know, hang on. If I had to pick a card that really stands out, not just from the imagery, but from the feeling of the card, it's the Tower that says, hang on, something unexpected is going to happen. Number 8, the Stork. It definitely feels like a change in home or family for you. I'm number 8. I don't know why it was number 12. Number 8, the Stork. In youth, we feather our own nest. In old age, we seek only rest. Joy will arrive soon. Positive, unexpected news. A new birth yet to be conceived or already on its way. And just because they're talking about a birth, it doesn't necessarily mean a live birth like a baby. It can mean a birth of some idea or project, a gestational period, and news arriving about that soon. So that is what I have for you for November 2023. Thank you so much, Pisces, and bye-bye.